Okay, is my mic working? I think it is. All right, guys, welcome back. We are live finally. I had some stuff I had to do. Just noticed that they haven't ended stage 2 left. The only thing I know about Ryan Blaney won stage 1. I heard Christopher Bell had a spin earlier, and Kyle Larson also had damage on his car, which is why he's only been back in the top 10. Been listening to MRN on the way home. So I've listened to it a little bit, but now I'm ready to watch the rest of it. So I'm going to put in prediction down in the chat. There we go. So, yeah, I think Kyle Larson's going to win. Won a truck race. Didn't win Xfinity race. Came close. But I believe he'll bounce his way back. He's in 6th right now, so he's still got a chance. What is that? It keeps falling. I'm back. So I know Larson started on, not Larson, Ryan Blaney started on pole. That's pretty much all I know. And he's led most of the laps. Seems like it's going to be a dominant day for him, as long as he can keep it up in the front. Heard Gregson and Josh Berry were making noise towards the front earlier. But I guess some strategies to mix them up, and that's why the positions are completely different.
Right now, it's one of the fastest 5 cars on the racetrack, so we're too much about that. Tyler Reddick, how about Reddick back in 11th spot? We expected him to be a contender today. Hasn't really worked his way to the front, not yet.
Well, we know how good he is at this racetrack, and today it's just not been in his game. You see him come down the racetrack right now, can't ride the wall. With AJ Allmendinger up in that high group, so you got to do something different. But he has definitely not been in the game at all today.
Here's Willie Byron, 2.3 seconds off the lead. As we're coming to 15 to go in stage number 2. Time for Sunday Fox. Back it up.
Yeah, hopefully next year they bring the championship back here because the racing's pretty good here.
Riding the wall and other places at most at Miami Speedway, this progressive bank mile and a half, where Ryan Blaney has held on this afternoon, so far leading 115 laps. as we are 13 away in the end of stage 2. Side by side.
Yeah, so 13 laps to go from the end of state for the end of stage 2. Excuse me. English. Yeah, it looks like Blaney's going to get away with this one unless Byron has something to say about that. He is closing in on that 12 car. He's going to go down on the inside.
We could take or leave the extravagance.
But Blaney's got that momentum on the top, which is the main reason why a lot of these drivers run that line here at Homestead.
All we really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Yeah, Byron's just trying to drive it in and try to get side by side with Blaney to possibly give him a challenge. But he can't that time, but he does gain a little more ground right behind Blaney. He's going to have to gain it all back into straightaways.
We're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold. Cool? It's Dayquil plus the pressure fix vapors. Dayquil Vapor Cool. The vaporizing daytime coffee making stuffy head power for your day medicine. Welcome to more. Where the roads don't have limits on how fast you can go. Right here. Or the sights you're gonna see. Welcome to new places, familiar faces, and memories in the making. Welcome to a whole new season of NASCAR.
TV's a little loud on the commercials. All right, we are back.
It's all in the environment that they took 500. Christopher Bell goes on a streak. Josh Berry with wins last week. Carson posted on our social media says there is a B at the start of his last name, but it's silent. These two B's are having trouble with these lap cars. They're giving it fits. Wayne cannot get around them on that outside. And Byron can get to it. Bumper can't do anything with him. Here's Dean trying to pass his car as Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, and he's had trouble getting by Bubba Wallace. And he's able to make a pass right there. Kyle Larson right there in 5th place.
So Larson's closing in. He's back behind Bubba Wallace in 5th. Blaney has gotten away from Byron, but they are in traffic.
Yeah, they're having trouble with those lappers. That's the big thing. And those lappers do not want to get lapped right here at the end of this stage. So if you're one of those guys that are on the tail end of the lead lap, hold your line. Don't come off that top group. Run wherever that leader is running. You want your car right in front of him and take that air off of his nose.
That would be Custer, Chastain, and Gilmore. Blaney and William Byron, and then they split them. Trying to get by. Oh, that's close. Blaney to high road. Byron looking below road. Into the hands here, and Hamlin has passed Byron for second.
And that's what happens when you get these shuffles with these lap cars and not having beat at the end of these runs. There's nowhere to go. The fast line is around the top, and the lap cars are not doing anything wrong.
And here comes Larson.
Yeah.
After Byron. They have to hold on as hard as they can to try to stay on that lead lap. This is good racing right here. Time to go.
And we know Kyle Larson, he's got pressure tires in all these guys. His pit strategy was to wait a little bit longer, so that's really paying off for him right now.
Blaney now has to deal with that Toyota trouble.
And of course, my TV's buffering. Oh, he doesn't buffer for a while. There we go.
Just ahead, trying to stay on the lead lap, it's Ross Chastain. Florida man up to the top group. Here comes the leader to the inside.
And now he's got Denny Hamlin right there with him with a big run off the corner and pressure tires.
Comes the crossover. There he
What
goes.
the fuck?
Split the stages in half. It's at 11 and
Why does that keep falling?
Everybody sees it on pit road. Everybody starts to migrate a little bit closer to it.
Yeah, the crazy part, Clint, is it's happened twice now, and it's still the same guys that have done
There
it.
we
And
go.
both times they've been on the winning side of making that strategy better.
So
For a crossover. Saw that
it looks like Blaney's falling behind. Hamlin is taking the lead, so they all caught up to Blaney.
had he not had a 3-second longer pit stop than did Hamlin, who now has the lead.
And Larson's now past Blaney.
3 to go.
But we talk about everything mattering.
Why does my thing keep falling?
Pit road. In your pit stop, the time of the pit road all matters, and those 3 seconds add up.
Whoa, sideways took out. Trying that line that he was doing earlier, trying to make sense of the pit forward. He'll pull down and come over that wall a little bit. Didn't like it that time. Gotta be careful with those tires. Number 2 to go. Real caution to win. Let's go. Hamlin and Larson's tires are 780 laps fresher than Blaney's, and that is certainly showing up
There we go.
with the pass and the result.
Hopefully it doesn't fall again.
Yeah, about 7 tenths faster too.
Yeah, Larson's closing in on Hamlin, but does he have enough time to win this stage?
The guys that stop short, the delta is just.
God help me in fantasy this week if Larson gets to him. What the fuck? Why do they keep falling on the ground? Lap car in the way. Larson may try to make a move here. And Larson's going to go to the bottom. Going to try to slide up on Hamlin. There's a lapper in front of Hamlin. Hamlin got loose. Larson's going to try to clear on the outside. They're going to be side by side to the line, and it's going to be Hamlin going to win stage 2.
Gets his first stage win here. First stage win at all since stage 2 here last season. Hamlin Larson at the end of stage 1.
God.
Think I have what it takes to be part of NASCAR pit crew. You? I mean, we keep Xfinity Internet fast and reliable at home and on the go. It's kind of like keeping cars fast and reliable on the track. You thought that add coolant and driving with your sunglasses on. It doesn't make it cooler. What's a jack? Don't bring him into this.
I don't know, man. I mean, you asked if we could swap
Wait,
gasoline.
please, not
Okay,
move.
okay. I shouldn't be in the pit crew. I meant driver. Maybe just stick to what you're good at.
Yeah.
Xfinity is your super fast connection to NASCAR. Wendy's has a fresh JBC or double stack in the app for only $1. In fact, they're so fresh, this JBC is still getting
Maybe if I
made.
put it like that.
There she is. Show off. For the freshest deals and
That
what
might
you
have
love,
fixed
you
it.
gotta beat Wendy's.
Push guy, cold and smooth survives.
Okay.
If you encounter one, chances are there's a path nearby. Fortunately, same applies to beer. Head for the mountains of.
So Hamlin wins stage 1. 2, I mean. So Blaney could not sweep the stages. The Larson car was looking better at the end. So we're going to have a race. Let's look at your top 10 who got stage points.
So I trained constantly to my old spy swagger and got a drill named after me. Then the authorized dribble.
Leaderboard. So we got Manny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman, Austin Cindric, Chase Elliott in the top 10, Carson Hocevar, and Tyler Reddick in 10th. A lot of people had their bets on Tyler Reddick winning today, but he just has not had the speed yet. So we've already completed 2 stages. We got 100 laps to go in this race. Guys wondering why I'm just tuning in. I had some stuff to do, and I'm finally back.
alongside of me, sideswipes me, puts me in the front stretch fence, and goes on. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? Never nothing after the fact, never a sorry, hey, my bad. Yeah. And like same thing right now. It's just like he hasn't learned not one thing because he hasn't been under someone's wing this entire time.
We'll join Kevin every Tuesday and Thursday for the most outspoken podcast in NASCAR. Kevin Harvick's Happy Hour presented by Echo Park Automotive. Your Kyle Lister usingOsivar and Problem right in very close proximity there.
Well, that's what happens when you got a new guy that's fast, right?
Yeah.
Like, Kyle's been there. I've been there. It's a scenario that you just have to deal with when there's new guys on the racetrack and you feel like they're invading your turf. Sometimes, and when you're young, you want to prove that you're fast and you want to put yourself in a position to stand your ground. So definitely interesting to hear some history right there.
Well, that's what I love to hear you say that. I remember when you came into the sport, and I remember when Kyle Busch came into the sport. He was the same guy, just like you.
Well, today, that new guy is ninth right now, and Kyle Busch a lap down, along with some fellows we thought could be players like Logano, Chastain, Bell, and Busch all went lap down right now.
Yeah, Chastain had some trouble on that run. He was 18th and fell all the way back to 30th, being the first one to pit road.
We should open the pits this time. Here they come around turn 2. Watching from our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating 100 years of American.
So we still have some pit stops to go.
Denny Hamlin leading from Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Leland Byron, and Bubba Wallace. They've all had a chance at the front spot today. Listener Alex Bowman, and Cindric, Elliott, Closor, and Reddick are the drivers who scored stage points. Now, Joey Logano did stay in the free pass position because Hamlin did not lap Cole Custer coming to the line. So Logano will get the free pass. Here come the leaders, Jamie.
And Denny Hamlin leads along first stage win of the season. Set better grip than exit there, so they're trending in the right direction. Another air pressure assessment.
All right, pit stops.
12, but Ryan Blaney as well. Just burned up his tires with that battle for the lead there. Slower
Larson's away. Hamlin's away. Blaney's away. Looks like Larson had the faster stop. It looks like Larson's going to win the race off pit road. Now, I wonder if anyone sped on pit road, though.
Sure did. 6 spots down. Denny Hamlin comes up with the win in stage number 2.
To tell you the truth, we could take or leave the extravagance, the attention, the celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado, because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver.
All right, I'm not muted, so let's see if my stream's still up. Oh, dang, there was a scary NHR. Yeah, that just exploded. He's okay, though. Yeah, scary accident. I don't watch NHRA, but that's scary.
Ready. Then we deliver to your new home, across town or across the country. Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
All right, so we've completed stage 1 and 2. Blaney winning stage 1 and Hamlin winning stage 2. I don't know all the other details because I haven't been here most of the race. Just got here like 20 minutes ago. So your top 10 is Larson, Hamlin, William Byron, Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman, Austin Cindric, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick. Ryan Blaney has fallen back to 9th. It seems like he's fallen off a cliff. in this second half of the race. And then Chase Briscoe's in 10th. All right, I'm excited to see the third stage of this race, though. We know Homestead makes pretty good racing.
Six champions of NASCAR in this race, each looking for their first win of this year. Among them, Ryan Blaney has led the most laps. He also was the stage one winner. Here's a quick recap of the race and problems not like last week on pit road. The Joey Logano, Austin Cindric, some contact here. Joey Logano, a three-time champ, was won before trouble. Christopher Bell, who had his three-win streak snapped last week with a spin, went a lap down. And more problems in the pit. Was it on car view, and it looked like a in-car view with Josh Berry kind of calls you.
Yeah, guys being so aggressive, getting down their stall. You see Josh Berry gets into the side of Kyle Larson right here. Joey Logano again, kind of an innocent victim. Both he and Berry end up the wrong direction on pit road.
And then Denny Hamlin taking stage two. He has 3 wins here. That's time for the most in the history of this racetrack. So we have the head and then Hamlin and we have Blaney.
All right, hopefully my pick Larson wins.
Larson to the front. They seem to have the best cars on the long run. Ryan Blaney finds himself a little bit behind right now. It's going to be interesting to see. Can he work through traffic? He struggled with that at the end of that stage.
And strategy, pit mistakes, and who has the fastest. Let's go back to Mike.
Thanks, Chris. Well, pit road has been an interesting place on this round of stops. Ryan Blaney came in third and came out ninth. Here's his radio.
Yeah, Blaney did not have a good pit stop, and he's back in 9th. 8th has it scored.
So a whole lot of not good there. Speaking of the 9, he has a pit entry violation. We'll get to that in a minute. Here's a look at Blaney.
And another penalty on pit road for Chase Elliott. He's going to drop to the back.
Look how much it's slowing him down. Just keeps coming.
He's had issues on pit road this year.
Loses 6 spots on pit road.
Definitely not destroyed, though. I think that might have been a little bit of frustration.
I mean, that's not the end of this race, but it's going to be difficult during this time
Kyle Larson's car from
to
earlier.
catch back up.
Not sure how much it would affect that will happen. Well, not much. No.
Allgaier, is he in this race? I don't think he is.
Chase Elliott.
I did see him win Homestead yesterday.
Entry violation. Under caution, you must enter pit road single file. Here's their radio.
I didn't have a look at it because I gave this spot back. They all checked up, and I moved left and I'm running the back of someone, and then I gave it the spot back before I even turned down. Just have a look at it. That's a very reasonable thing.
I don't think it matters if you keep it back. You didn't enter a single file. You didn't enter a single file. Kevin, short run speed really hasn't been in the 5's favor. It would be interesting if he could hold off the 11. Had really good short run speed. Well, it's also as close as he finished with the front. Starting on that front up with front row with clean air.
Hamlin outside, Larson inside as we restart for stage 3.
Yeah, and you see back there in the middle of the pack, Noah Gregson. I don't know who that car was that he just basically drove over to get that spot in the middle of the racetrack.
4 wide. Which lane?
Look at them bouncing off each other. Man, quick ride right there for Bowman.
On top, that was Briscoe in the middle making contact. And on the bottom, Cindric. All fighting for 6th place.
Well, you can tell that this is getting closer to the end of this race. These guys are trying to get everything they can on these restarts, being super aggressive.
Don't know where Tyler Reddick has been, but he's up there for 4th place right now.
Sure has. Time's right. 93 to go. Here he comes.
Restart at 7.
Finally getting a couple cautions there, and they've let him make some adjustments.
Finished stage 2 in 10th place, getting a couple of spots on pit road. And
See, restart. Larson is away. Bubba Wallace gains position on Hamlin. Reddick is in 4th. Byron's in 5th. So your drivers that are really good at Homestead are in the top 5 at the moment. But Blaney has fallen more to the back on that restart. Because he's not in the top 10.
Well, we saw that in Las Vegas last week, too. He had great short run speed to start practice.
Got Bubba Wallace trying to challenge Larson on the inside, but Larson got the momentum on the top, but Bubba Wallace is going to side draft.
Well, and to Larry's point, there's a couple ways that you can split this stage up into 2 stops or 1.
Larson seems pretty better on the long run, though. Not really much the short run.
These guys go, as we've seen that split it in half strategy be the best.
And look at Wallace's season. He's had 1 race.
JJ Yaley, he is running 36, 1 lap now.
And kind of a top 10 finish.
Yeah, I think when you look at those finishes for Bubba, that's definitely he's run better than he has finished. He's had some great speed at a lot of those racetracks.
Jamie?
I talked to Charles tonight, the crew chief for Bubba Wallace, about that because they have been getting a ton of stage points this season. He said our stage 1, stage 2 has been so good. It's good, the speed is good, and we're firing together. So a compliment on stage 3. That's what we're in.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace is driven away from Kyle Larson.
We saw it happen last week in Vegas. So the game plan coming in, finish this race.
But now Blaney's trying to come back. He's right behind Byron in 6th. He might have been in the top 10. Fox has a different graphic for him. It messes me up. But he's going on the bottom. He's going to... No, he can't clear Byron. He's going to stay side by side with him. Yeah, that's the thing about Ryan Blaney. He'd dominate most of the race, but never close it out. His wins don't match his performance at all.
He's still got a fast car. He just needs to be patient. He's right in the mix with the leaders right there. Also a lot in front of these guys, but he's still in the mix. Don't get impatient. We're going to have to make another pit stop. There's a lot of things that happen between now and the end of the race. Take care of that car. But I think the other thing that's sticking out here is Tyler Reddick. But Wallace's teammate Tyler Reddick is.
Hosevar is running. How's Kyle Busch 1 lap down? Probably got caught up in pit stops. Hosevar's in 12th right now. Just outside the top 10. So yeah, it seems like Bubba Wallace is definitely good on the short run with 86 laps to go. Already a second ahead of Larson. Larson does have a little bit of damage on his car, but I'm not sure if it's affecting his performance or not. But Blaney has already passed Bowman for 4th. Blaney is on a charge.
Still has that speed.
And the driver's a little bit frustrated, a little bit mad. To me, that's when you kind of get a little bit up on that wheel a little bit more just because you're a little bit angry.
It is possible Blaney can come back and win this race. If you got a good car, a bad pit stop at this time is not going to stop you. Unless you're speeding or you have something like that, then your chances are basically not good.
When he's in traffic and at a place like Homestead where traffic is super tough, everybody gets up against the wall and line sensitive. It gives him more options than most people have on a week-to-week basis.
The other part of that impresses me about Wayne is usually I hear somebody saying that, or I experience that along that speed. It comes at the expense of something. Nice short run speed. For him, he's able to be very aggressive on restarts with a free race car, which is extremely hard to do. So I think he's right, Wayne.
Martin, Larry's your calculator burning overtime?
I'm telling you, bud, the batteries are going. There could be 3 potential strategies here, but let's go down to Regan on Carson Hocevar first.
Well, somebody else's battery's having trouble right now. Larry's Carson Hocevar. He came on the radio.
Problem on Hocevar's battery. He is on pit road. Not going to have a good finish. Because he has to go to pit lane. And he's still getting repairs. But Blaney's passing Hamlin now. Blaney's got the best car in traffic, at least. I didn't know that. Anyways. Yeah, Blaney has come so close to winning here. He could have won here in 23. But got involved in the accident with Hamlin, I believe. Then in 24, if he would have just chose the outside line, he would have won the race. But Tyler Reddick passed him. And now we're here. Blaney, who has led most of the laps, is in third place. And he's got to run Kyle Larson down, which is one of the best drivers at racing on the outside, and his best friend Bubba Wallace into 23. So this is going to make a good finish.
With 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps airways open for a full 24 hours and prevents future flare-ups. Once daily Trelegy also improves lung function, so he can breathe more freely all day.
Hopefully Chase Elliott can get back up there.
Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening.
And Alex Palou is basically Max Verstappen and wins 2 in a row to start the season. I mean, some of these sports, you don't even have to watch it. You know what the outcome's going to be. I bet if I even skip the even years in NASCAR, Joey Logano's still going to win a championship. Riley Herbst, I think, is a lap down along with Kyle Busch. I don't think he's going to be in contention for the win. Because I just saw a graphic a couple minutes ago.
A first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. Restore your engine to perform like new. Restore and protect. Another first.
So to explain what happened to my stream last week, I kept having technical difficulties where it kept going. The mic kept going in and out. My stream kept going in and out, and no one could hear me before the finish. But what did you all think of Josh Berry winning in Las Vegas last week? I wasn't expecting Wood Brother to win at a 1.5 miles this year, with the exception of Atlanta, but it happened in Las Vegas. And Josh Berry showed last week that he does belong in the Cup Series. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any non-favorites in IndyCar, but I can't stand Alex Palou winning all the time. I like to see different winners. Larson's closed the gap on Bubba Wallace. See what I mean? Bubba Wallace probably just only had a short-run car, and here comes Larson on the top of the line. But Ryan Blaney's also there in the mix. A 3-car battle for the lead. All within a second of each other. 75 laps to go. We still got pit stops as well.
Yeah, Blaney's got the best car right now. He's definitely
Larson got in some dirty air. He had to
in traffic, as you see.
slow down right there, and Blaney is closing.
Tyler Reddick back in seventh, not happy with his car.
Yeah, now Blaney's going to be side by side with Larson. No, not right now. He was about to be.
Restart at seventh, running seventh. 4.3 seconds back on leader.
Yeah, he restarted seventh, and then he kind of got up into that top five mix with a good restart. Definitely doesn't like the way his car handles at the beginning of these runs.
Yeah, Larson's really hugging the wall.
But I think Kyle Larson knows that
He's trying to close on Bubba Wallace, but Bubba Wallace is taking Larson's line away, and it's making it difficult.
Blaney has a better
But Blaney
now, so anything that
has the best car, and if Larson's going to want to win this race, he's got to get past the 23.
that 12 car behind him or get around this 24.
Or the 12 is going to pass them both.
That moment, Blaney's kind of falling back a little bit. It's the interesting part about
Probably will be. I bet there'll be a caution.
pass somebody, get repassed.
There always is. I mean, we expected Las Vegas last week to be really peaceful, and it was the opposite. They had so many cautions.
I think the 12 is being smart there, though. He's staying out of the way for those two cars. Trying to find the time taking care of those tires. And if he sees Larson get to Wallace and get sideways, I mean, there to pounce on him. At this point, it's all about saving your tires and saving them.
And you say that, though. When you want to save the tires here, you just don't want to slide the car. You want to go as fast as it'll go. Without
Brent
sliding the
Infinger.
tires.
Well, I used to root for him when he was in GMS, and I still root for him here and there. That's pretty much very few drivers I know from the truck series right now. I root for Matt Crafton, but Matt Crafton's pretty much washed. But he's a GOAT of the truck series, so that's why he keeps racing there. I mean, everybody would complain about Jimmy Johnson and all the other drivers that are retired part-time racing, even though they're really old. But remember, Richard Petty did like a full retirement tour in '92, and his last win was in '84, and he didn't win 8 years after that. Reddick right now is outside the top 10. His car is not handling well for him at all, and that's why he got on the radio earlier.
Can't quite get a good enough run out of it. It seems like the slide jump works better in front of 2 than it does in 3 and 4.
But Bubba Wallace cannot get away from Larson or Blaney. Larson's staying in touch. But the problem is with Larson, he cannot get past Bubba Wallace. And Larson's going to try to look to the inside. He's going to try to middle line this time. Bubba Wallace is strong on the top, but Larson's got the bottom. And Bubba Wallace is going to clear Larson, so Larson's not going to get the run right now. You also don't want to wear out your tires too much. But Bubba Wallace goes to a different line, and Larson goes to the top. Is that a mistake by Bubba Wallace? It seemed like Bubba gained a lot more ground there, so it actually worked out for him. Well, I didn't watch the truck series, so I'm not really sure. But probably Bubba Wallace.
That's a timing thing for me watching this. I think he just needs to get his timing right, catch it right, break out some momentum on before he gets the pass done down here 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's so interesting. You have to lift really early right here, going to turn 1, and throttle back up to the center of the corner, lift a little bit again, and then put the throttle down for the rest of the exit of the turn.
I cannot wait until whenever they have the Cup Series back at the finale at Homestead. Oh, and Larson, this is the closest he's been to Bubba Wallace, looking on that inside. But Bubba Wallace is holding strong on that outside. Can Larson make it side by side for now? He can't. Bubba Wallace still clear for the moment.
Don't worry about where he is. You've got the track position. I
But this battling between them is going to let Blaney close in even more. I say maybe if you pit a lap earlier, you may try to gain a lot more time on them. I'm not sure if tires make a difference here or not. But I believe they do.
You see these guys starting to back up. You keep an eye on Hamlin as well. You see.
And with them three battling, Hamlin is close in the mix as well. Having a new sponsor this weekend, our primary sponsor, Progressive. I miss FedEx, but glad Hamlin's got a full-time sponsor. Or primary, I should say.
This pack of and what their speed is because he's had cleaner air to get to that point.
Now, all the leaders got tires at the same time on lap 169. Is there anything anymore to cooling your tires? I mean, not just saving your tires by not abusing them, but cooling your tires and then making them run.
I've never found that to work for me. Rhythm. Yeah, I think the rhythm is definitely the most important thing to get into the rhythm of how much partial throttle will take through the center of the corner, where you're lifting, how much brake you're using. So that rhythm is by far the most important thing to lap time here, especially when you get all those tires.
It seems like Bubba Wallace has made a little bit of breathing room on Larson for the moment.
Bubba Wallace running 54.66, the last lap, quickest car on the racetrack.
We got 63 laps to go. If it goes green, that's going to be a big three-car battle. I believe he is out of the race. Yeah, Hocefar's out of the race. He had that battery problem 20 laps ago. Which, honestly, that's so sad. I don't like Hocefar, so.
This Friday, coming up for work. Get ready. Mercy. I don't have a suit. Outright. A movie that's giving human traffickers what they deserve.
I think he's dead.
This is a rookie man. Rated R. Friday.
Hey, Tyler, think I have what it takes to be part of NASCAR pit crew? You? Yeah, I mean, we keep Xfinity Internet fast, reliable, and home and on the go. It's
See how Kyle Busch is doing.
Reliable on the track. You thought that ad coolant and driving with your sunglasses on. It doesn't make it.
Yeah, Kyle Busch is the first car one lap down right now.
I know, man. I mean, you asked if we could swap gasoline.
If another caution comes out, he'll get back on the lead lap. I guess he got caught and pretty much.
Xfinity is your super fast connection to NASCAR.
Oh, is there a problem with Blaney? He's not in the top 10. Either he had a problem, he pitted early, but something has happened to Ryan Blaney, who's led most of the laps today.
Wendy's has a fresh JBC or double stack in the app for
And of course, they're on commercial break. Oh, and there's a caution. I wonder if he was the caution.
There she is. Show off. For the freshest deals on what
I bet he brought out the caution. That's probably what it was. But of course, Fox is so terrible on their coverage, we don't know. And they play so much commercials. Fox used to be the best, and now they're the worst.
Sunday morning in Arizona was shattered with this massive explosion from broadcaster in the first round of Funny Car Elimination.
I don't know about that. That's actually the first time I'm hearing about him being arrested. Oh, another engine issue for Ryan Blaney. That's why he's out of the race. They had an engine issue at Phoenix, and now they blow up here. The engine has not been reliable for Penske at all this year. Wow, that's heartbreaking for Ryan Blaney.
a rocket ship. Had a fast car, boys. He did everything he could do.
Wow, dominant car in smoke.
Talked about this at Phoenix as to whether this was a sign of something that the Fords had going on and where that would lead. We saw this with Toyota last year when they had multiple engine failures. So now that's 2 for Blaney. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on this as we go forward. But what terrible luck.
You don't see him blow up like that. So we're under caution for the 4th time today. You see Blaney's made it back around to his pit. Well, they lifted the hood and surveyed the damage and quickly put
Wow.
the wrecker is going to take him to the garage.
That's more chance Larson's going to win, though.
He's out. Short day for Ryan Blaney after leading 124 laps. 2/3 of this race. He was the first place car.
They need a fire extinguisher right there. That is officially burning.
So frustrating. We've all had it.
Yeah, his car's still on fire. The brakes are hot.
Get a lot out of these races. Just push them to the max.
Wow.
That's 2 out of the last 3 races, and the only 4, as you pointed out, to blow up like that.
I was finding it strange that Blaney was falling to the back.
Well, I know it's part of racing, but man, does it stink. It is the worst, and it never happens when your car's running like crap. It always happens when they're fast.
You say stink, literally, I smell the oil now. It just came into the booth. You smell that?
Yeah, that car is still on fire.
Yeah, they're going to be well cleaning this one up. So
Wow.
88 laps to go. We'll take a break from
Yeah, I think Penske and Ford are going to have to look into their engine reliability because it has not been good this year. I'll be right back.
Where the roads don't have limits on how fast you can go, or the sights you're gonna see. Welcome to new places, familiar faces, and memories in the making. Welcome to a whole new season of NASCAR.
This tax season, do more than just catch up. Spring forward with a free 5G phone with select Straight Talk plans. You can spring for those new sneakers they need. The unlimited streaming and with Straight Talk, spring for something you never knew you needed.
Yeah, they're still trying to put the fire out on Blaney.
Spring forward with real unlimited data and get a free 5G phone with select plans on America's most reliable 5G network. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Your bike is officially protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer. You can now save
That's
more
crazy. And it blew up around the same time whenever he was in Phoenix in the closing laps.
It's one of those books that smell bad, but in a good way, you know?
I was debating on picking Blaney this race, and I thought, well, imagine if his car blows up again. And it did. It's a good thing I didn't.
Introducing 2 new Baja Chipotle subs featuring our world-famous Baja Chipotle sauce. Listen, that's the Baja Chipotle talking. Well, it's actually me talking, but you know what I mean. Find your fresh with the new Baja Chipotle collection at Subway. This Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy edges. It's no ordinary square. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy perforations that tear so much better, with more cushiony softness. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
If it's Saturday night, it's baseball night. Fox is your home for America's pastime. In prime time, and that can't miss showtime. Baseball night in America is back. Saturday, 7 Eastern on Fox. Welcome to Truck Country. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck.
Oh, man. This is anybody's race pretty much with Blaney being out.
working the 4th caution of the day at Homestead Miami Speedway.
We're probably going to be under caution for a couple of laps because of that
Taking him
car
from the
blowing up.
race after he had led 124 laps, 2/3 of the race, and been a contender pretty much all day. Jamie?
Yeah, it was a great day, and I just told Ryan if you didn't have bad luck, you'd have no luck at all these last few weeks. Ryan, what did you feel and see inside the car there?
Nothing. I didn't have any morning. I just laid over when I got back to wide open down the front. That was all she wrote. So, yeah, my gosh, just stinks. I mean, really fast. That Wizard Ford Mustang. Led a lot of laps.
Wow.
Lost a little bit of track.
Yeah, it just blew up on Blaney. No warning.
But, got back to third, and it was a great race between, me and Bubba and Larson. I'm sure Denny was going to get back into it, and it was going to be a heck of a battle, the last 60 laps or so, but just didn't really work out for us. So continue to keep fighting. I appreciate the 12 guys for giving me just a hot rod. I mean, incredibly fast race car today. So, keep our head up. It's one of those things where it's not really going our way right now, but the good news is we're bringing fast.
Yeah.
And that's all you can ask for. So,
I mean, if you have the name Ryan in NASCAR, you're going to have bad luck.
Thanks, Jamie. It's Ryan Wilson.
Yeah, you can't even see anything in Hamlin's car. He actually hit the wall.
And here's the 12.
Yeah, no warning. It just blew up.
Never a fun feeling from a driver's standpoint, especially when they're unexpected like that all of a sudden.
So officially, Blaney will be 36th today in Carson Oscar. Keep an eye as they're in the.
Okay, here we go. Pit stops.
11 and the 5. That's where that 12 came to rest. A lot of oil on the race car on the pit road here. Jamie.
Yeah, exactly. They just warned Larson as well. Be careful.
I think Kyle Busch should be the first car one lap down, or he should get the free pass.
Just a little too free. They're going to make small adjustments here. Just an air pressure adjustment, 4 to 5 to 23.
And Larson's away.
Top 10 in his career here, having a stellar day. 4 times there, air pressure.
Cannot have a speeding penalty here. Bubba Wallace is ahead of Larson. Let's see how Hamlin and Byron do. Yeah, so Bubba Wallace, the top 3 don't change. Bowman gains a spot on Reddick. Cindric gains 3 spots. Buescher gains 3 spots. Gregson gains 2. Gregson's been in and out of the top 10 today. Has quite a bit of wins here in the Xfinity Series.
I believe Kyle Busch will get the free pass under this caution. Put him back on the lead lap. Well, Kevin, we've got 54 to go right now. We'll restart with 50 laps to go. How hard do you want to push? How soon?
I think you want to go right off the bat. You have to try to get control of the race. I think that the 23 car is a little bit better than the other 2 guys on the restarts. I think that Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin over the long run seem to be pretty even. It was hard to tell because Larson couldn't run that high line without traffic in front of him. So this is going to be interesting. I think you want to get control of the race as fast as you can.
Five penalties, Austin Cindric and William Byron too fast entering pit road. Ricky Stenhouse had an uncontrolled tire, so they will be restarting in the rear. Well, pit road.
Who will be restarting in the rear?
A game changer.
Oh, Cindric and William Byron, 2 drivers in the top 10 having to go to the back for speeding. Telling you, these speeding penalties late at the end of the race change everything. And these late cautions.
Ready to restart. Wallace and Larson and Hamlin, Toyota Chevy Toyota the first three. The first Ford is Austin Cindric in sixth, but he's under penalty. So make that Chris Buescher.
You got AJ Allmendinger here. I was just praising him under break, Kevin, and how good a job he was doing. We've been watching this for a couple weeks. Had a bad pit stop there, guys. 12-second stop, lost 5 spots. Can he gain it back?
Well, he's gained them back all day. He's done a really good job today. His car's handling well, and look for him to gain some of those spots back. Great day from that team.
So Cindric dropping to the back. In fact, all of the cars either side of him. Austin Dillon in 11th, Ryan Preece in 13th.
Something tells me it's not going to be over with the
Great
cautions.
stop for Buescher and company, the 17, gaining 3 spots. And guys, we talk about long run. If we go green to the end, this will be the longest run of the day. And how about the pit crews? The 23, 9:06, the 5 pit crew, 9:07, the 11:97 on that stop right there.
Hey, but Kyle Busch is back on the lead lap. You never know what will happen.
Yeah, they're just making adjustments, Mike. There's no benefit to topping it off for fuel with basically less than 50 laps to go.
That's right. They're under penalty, so they have to restart tail into the longest line anyway.
Back that car down a little bit, Kevin. Round out of the right rear, half round out of the left rear.
Yeah, and that's hard to get that right here. You want the back of the car as low as you can to get the diffuser as low as you can to the car, but we've heard some of the drivers talk about the bumps and things. And,
All right, we got Larson on the outside, Wallace on the inside.
More downforce it's going to make.
He's going to need it back there in that dirty air.
New player in the first 3 rows, Chris Buescher. He's the highest score in this race. He is in 6th. Chase Briscoe 7th. Noah Gragson 8th. Dillon and Allmendinger fill the top 10. Ahead of Preece, McDowell, and Haley.
Well, I could tell Bubba Wallace was struggling on that long run. He's got the short speed, but not the long speed. But when Larson got to him, he couldn't get past him. Well, let's see. They hit the restart zone. Green flags back in the air. Larson gets a better start than Bubba Wallace does. And Larson's already ahead. But here comes Bowman making it 3 wide on the outside. Wallace trying to slide up, and now they're 3 wide for second. Wallace is going to clear him. And now Larson stuck in the middle. About to fall back to 4th in the middle. As his teammate Bowman made a great pass on the outside. And he could pick up second from Hamlin. And he does. Not a good restart for Larson. It was seeming like he may have had a good start. But instead, he fell back in round 1 and 2. Because Bowman made the move on the outside. Now here comes Reddick in 5th. Hamlin makes a terrible block on Larson. Almost an accident.
Under a blanket for 3rd place.
We didn't wind up with a wreck right there.
Yeah, Hamlin just ran out of talent right there. Didn't clear Larson there. So Larson's back to 3rd.
This kid in this new ride has had a little bit of trouble, a little bit of a rough start here, but man, solid run right here. It's just what conductor.
Now here's Chase Briscoe in 5th. Hamlin's trying to block at the top. He is clear that time. But lost some momentum from Larson trying to block.
They just need a whole day to go exactly like this, where we don't really notice them, but they're running inside the top 5 at the end of the race.
Yeah, Briscoe's running in the top 10 again. He needs a good run because he's been having a rough start the past few races. Okay, is my screen still working? Yep, it is. Okay, you're good.
Tell you what's counting. 17, Austin Dillon. We haven't talked about him. I haven't seen him all day long. This is a good try to get a free card, Austin Dillon, and he's showing up at the right time. 47 to go.
Yeah, you see several guys in the top 10 that are showing up at the right time. Noah Gragson Back in the top 10, Ryan Priest is running 11. Austin Dillon, typically good at this racetrack. You can see that 16 car. AJ Allmendinger right back over.
Right back to the top 2. That is overachieving. That team is doing a really good job as well. And I am impressed with that 16 car. Todd Gillen with an unscheduled pit stop. Let's check with Jamie.
Yeah, they don't think taking big swings with AJ Allmendinger's 16 machine. Overall, pretty happy with it.
The AJ Allmendinger's back in the top 10. Bubba Wallace has got a big gap on Bowman and Larson. But as I said, on the short run, Wallace has got the best car. And Larson's better on the long run.
And jump into the Joe Gibbs way. I talked to his crew chief, James Small. He said he likes a tighter car than what Martin Truex Jr. likes. And it's taken a lot of getting used to what he needs. He's got to change his driving style. It's so comfortable, and it's good to see them having a solid run. They really needed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Tight teammates battle right there behind Kyle Larson. Let's go back to the restart. Got some audio from race leader Bubba Wallace. Dummy does not start with B.
It's amazing how much more fun you can have on the radio when you screw something up in your league.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And we've heard from the judges. Nicknames do not count. His given name is Daryl, that's a D. Wallace, that's a W. This is in wrong. This is an easy fix. The judges need to
It's kind of like that changing tires and somebody else's pit last night. You can change the tire to be safe, but you can't work on your car.
No adjustments. There you go. Safety issues only. Well, there's Chris Buescher right in the middle of it. That's Dylan Chevy on the bottom.
Right, Buescher and Austin Dillon are in the top 10 as well. Austin Dillon trying to look for a good run this year, too. The gap's still about the same between Bubba Wallace and Alex Bowman.
Yeah, and if this goes the whole run, this is going to be really interesting at the end. Be the longest run, like you said, that we've run all day. When you get into those extra laps, you just don't know what you have with the car. Some guys are being much better than others, and usually it's the guys that are right up next to the fence.
Ryan Preece is also in the top 10 behind AJ Allmendinger. Trying to look to his inside, but can't get the drive off.
You're absolutely right. Ryan Preece's team is methodically all day. It hurt the race car. For the most part, it had been too tight most of the day. They were trying to keep up with the racetrack. They felt like the racetrack kept tightening up. And give that pit crew some credit as well. Some wonderful stops on pit road. I got hit in a note sheet that said 8.69, two stops ago that gave them 6 positions. And then the 3-car Austin Dillon. They've been very good as well. Just slowly making gains on the car, not doing anything drastic to it. Almost like taking off when you're on. Right now, he's doing the same thing. Just needs to be a little bit tighter on that tree.
Now back slip to 7th and into the coaches. Dillon.
Yeah, think about when you used to race at RCR Clip. Our MO was always at the end of the race when you were the best. It was always a long run car, and it was always around at the end of the race, and that's kind of the day that Austin Dillon has had today.
Here's 100%.
It needed.
All the races I've won there were long run races. My first one, all of them. Managed those tires.
Yeah, the gap's still about the same, but Briscoe is now past Larson for 3rd.
Well, Larson's been into the wall again.
It's because Larson hit the wall.
We need a Larson wall counter.
I think that's 17. I've been trying to keep track of that. 17. That was 17 through 20 right there.
Well, no, the judges. Go back to the judges. Only the prizes won.
All right. At the Chili Bowl, it only counts. It doesn't matter how many times you roll over. It only counts as one front.
Yeah.
If you do it 17 times, everything you get 17 others. This side of this car is going to be see-through, though.
Well, it started in practice.
Ty Gibbs was hopeful of a good day. He stayed on the lead lap pretty much all day. He's back at 25th right now, 10 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, Larson tapped the wall. That's why he lost position. Because you're running like inches away from the wall, trying to get as much speed as you can.
He's got a 3/4 second lead.
Can't say enough about Alex Bowman. They have taken care of business this weekend. Set on the pole, running second. Can it be their weekend?
Back at third, Chase Briscoe. What a turnaround for this team. Yeah, 4 seconds off the lead.
And like we talked earlier, I mean, it's a run that they needed, just a solid day. Chase always pretty good at this racetrack. We know Kyle Larson is really good at this racetrack. Probably, if you asked him, it'd be a terrible day because he's running fourth.
Denny Hamlin led earlier for 15 laps. Somewhat top 5 right now. Firing on a fourth on the last restart.
That's Busher. Exactly what you expect out of Busher. 11th, 13th, 11th, 6th. When he's on the line, pay windows open.
6th place.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick right here. We expected him to contend for the win. He hasn't been in a position to do that all day.
Last year's winner of this race, that's a bit of a surprise. As
So we've got 35 laps to go. Bowman is closing the gap on Bubba Wallace, by the way. About 5 car lengths behind.
Tied for the best average finish here. Drivers with 5 of those starts. It's 7th-gen car.
Always intriguing to see what tracks are good. Ryan Preece, he's had a great run. He's had a great season. Hasn't had all the finishes where he's been running during the races, but he's ran well. He's led laps. He's won stages, and now he is in a position to get in the top 10.
Yeah, I think they'll make it to the end on pit stops. But if a caution comes out, that's going to change everything.
Because that penalty came on a green flag pit stop. He had to serve the penalty under green. That took it back a bit.
Here we go. Back to the lead.
Here we go. Alex Bowman trying to challenge Bubba Wallace. He's going to side draft. And Bubba Wallace is going to side draft him back. We got a battle for the lead. Bowman all the way to the bottom of the track. And they're both side by side on the outside. Bowman going to try to slide up to Bubba Wallace. Can he do it? He does. Bubba Wallace taps the wall, and Bowman is clear. New leader, Alex Bowman. Told you, Bubba Wallace is not good on the long runs. Now showed it right there. Bowman and the 48 has taken the lead.
Not that late in the race, lap 2:46, around 21 laps to go. No overtime finishes with this Gen 7, but the trend in 2025, 2 out of our 5 races has ended in overtime.
This race had a long green flag runs. Other than the stage race, also on the caution flag.
Briscoe off the wall, looks like he's consider 3 and 4, slowly up. Here comes the 5. He's running right in his line, though.
This is for third place.
Yeah, you see the back of that 5-car step out on the bottom of the racetrack. We know at this point in the front, he wants to be up against that wall.
And I think at this point in the run, to your point right there, Kevin, I think the 5-car and his ability to run way up on that outside wall, deep into these runs, could prevail. But he's got a long way to go and some tough cars with that.
Well, there you see A.J. Allmendinger go by. Austin Dillon for 7th place, and that is going to lap Reddick.
Got 30 laps to go.
But A.J. Allmendinger making his way back towards the front.
Running back to 9th.
I don't think my stream is frozen. Okay, good. It's not.
Right there, he wants you to pull that side draft, so that means get up next to that car as close as you can to dump all that air on the back spoiler.
We'll have to try again. 29 to go.
Yeah, Bowman has opened up a little bit of a gap on Bubba Wallace, but Bubba Wallace has not gotten away yet. And Hamlin is now trying to make the pass on Larson.
Larson and Hamlin for fourth.
Yeah, I think that damage that Larson has is affecting his performance because he probably went from a winning car to top 5.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the 5 is as good this run as he has been in the previous runs throughout the race. So Denny Hamlin has been pretty even on the long runs with what the scenarios that we've had before. So we'll be able to find out if he's able to complete this pass.
Just look at the lap times alternating between them. And over the last 5 laps, these two have been the 2 fastest cars on track.
Oh, they touch. Hamlin and Larson.
Yeah, and what happens when you battle side by side like this? You immediately just slow both of you down, but you know you can't give up the spot as you see Kyle Larson pull Denny Hamlin off. That's right. Chris Buescher right to their back bumper.
Kyle looks loose to me. Briscoe and Reddick right now, fastest cars on the track.
Yeah, so Larson hangs on to the spot. But Bowman has extended the gap on Bubba Wallace. Who knew Bowman was good at Homestead?
Make up some more ground than what he has in the runs earlier in the race. Kind of frustrating as a driver when you come to your favorite racetrack, you expect to go win, spend most of the day, on 7th, 8th, 9th. Sometimes that's more frustrating than just going to your work track and finishing 7th or 8th.
Let's take a look at our 9 most recent winners on the track. And no, it's not a luck slip. These are the most recent winners at Miami. And the names that are missing, Wallace and Briscoe. The top 3 right now. I'm watching Briscoe set his name, and I'm watching his lap times like what I see.
Yeah, Briscoe's
Starting to run down Wallace.
fastest car on the track, and he's closing down on 2nd place. Which Bubba Wallace is in 2nd. But if he's going to catch Bowman, he's got to pass Bubba Wallace quick.
The other interesting thing that has happened is as you look at Alex Bowman here.
Yeah, Bell is 2 laps down. He had that spin earlier. Just hasn't recovered from it.
When that shape starts to creep over the wall, you even see the shadows of the walls right there on this end of the racetrack. But when you see that shape like that, it really makes the grip level go up in all portions of the racetrack. It makes that top line a little less dominant. I wonder if that's what has slowed Larson down a little bit, is all the rest of the lanes have become a little better.
You see the shape back into sunshine just turning 2. Priest. Wallace and Alex Bowman have the 2 fastest laps of the race. Wallace is the quickest at 167 miles an hour. That's what the championship run looks like the rest of the day. Next Sunday, let's go short track racing.
Yeah, so next week we're racing at Martinsville. Be at 2 o'clock Central next week.
Listening on Bubba Wallace.
We believe he will fall back to you as far as the wear to the areas. Make sure you have on the left pilot.
Yeah, Briscoe has now closed the gap on Bubba Wallace.
Can't back out too much and give up because you got Briscoe coming out and rear catching him.
And the other thing that happens when you're leading the race, you actually
Briscoe got a little loose behind Bubba Wallace. That dirty air really affects you when you're trying to get behind another car to pass him.
To the second place guy, they're going to get to a certain point, and then it's going to be even again.
move down on that racetrack, Kevin. You said it. You nailed it all over. The shade down in 1 and 2 is kind of migrated the whole pack down just a little bit.
But every lap that we inch closer to the end of this race is further than we've been. We're going to have to go further than we've been. And I still believe that's going to bring an advantage to Larson in that as you get closer and closer to the end of this race. Now, what do the cars in the front do? Do they tank that last 8 to 10 laps, or do they maintain the speed? So we don't really know. The 23 is saying that maybe the 48 is going to fall back clear.
I'm picking up what you put down, and I agree with you. I think eventually these guys getting down to the closing laps, you know that 5 car is going to throw caution to the wind, much like you did at the Xfinity race and everything else.
The gap's about the same between Bowman and Bubba Wallace. Seemed like Bubba Wallace was closing for a little bit. Now he's not. Briscoe seemed like he was closing too, but he fell back away from Wallace.
Well, in case you missed it, we're inside of 20 to go. Contact on pit road.
Logano and Cindric made contact earlier on pit road. Yeah, he lightly hit the wall. Yeah, so that was really the only highlights of the race today. Not really as much. Oh, look at that. Larson and Chase Briscoe aren't going silent into that night, I think that's what it says. But they're closing the gap on Bubba Wallace and Alex Bowman. They got 15 laps to go, though, so they got to make some time. Don't go gently into the night. That's what they say.
And I think you have more options than 1 2 now that the shade is there too. You can stay on their bumper off the turn 4.
Okay, my screen's still up.
That's 7/10 laps. 4 cars in the fight. And 2 of those last names begin with B. Let's just continue that strike. Don't go anywhere. This is shaping up to be a great finish. I'm excited about this. Bowman's got.
Yeah, only a caution will change everything, but Bowman, Wallace, Briscoe, and Larson pretty much have a chance to win. I wouldn't even try past anybody. I just focus on lap time right now. But not Larson. He's trying to make a move on Briscoe on the inside. And he's going to complete the pass here. What a pass by Larson.
It may put Chase Briscoe in a better spot. As Larson gets up there and has a chance to catch these leaders and get to mixing it up. That might drag Chase Briscoe back into this race. So we'll see if he can make it up.
14 laps to go. Remember what happened here last year, where the last 3 laps were led by 3 different drivers. And on the final lap, it was Ryan Blaney leading the outside for Tyler Reddick, who ended up in victory lane. The 3rd different leader in the last 3 laps. Picks it up, a 68 to Larson 7.
Yeah, the lap times to pick it up now, and they are driving closer to the wall to try to win. If I'm Bowman, I just race your own race right now. But don't let Bubba Wallace catch up to you. A caution is the only thing that will change everything here.
Timing of these passes and how long it takes him to get by the 23 car.
What's happening? Get on your feet.
Bowman kind of giving the wall a kiss there. but hasn't slowed him down a lot. But Larson is close to gap on Bubba Wallace. Larson's hungry for that win.
Don't move out of your line. Don't lose your momentum, your focus.
Well, that's good news for Larson right there. The first half of the corner, he spent with clean air in front of him. Bubba slid up there in the second half of the corner, but that's not going to break.
Yep, Wallace is trying a different line to find speed, but Larson has stayed on the outside, and that's going to give him the option to pass on the inside. He's going to slide in front of Bubba Wallace. Larson has moved up 2 spots. Now we got 10 laps to go. But will these tires last? And I don't mean last like, will they blow up? Will they last for them to have the performance on the cars? We'll have to see. Larson has the gap on Bowman, his teammate, less than a second. It's going to be a good race here. Good finish. By the way, Kyle Busch, that was a lap down earlier, is up to 21st. It's not been a good day today. He has a chance to get a top 20. All right, now we're paying attention to the battle on the lead. Really hope Larson can win this. I chose him. But I'll take the points because he's second, too. Yeah, Larson's being as close to the fence as possible. But he's gaining on Bowman.
0.6 of a second. Larson was 1/10 quicker that lap. That's a lot better than it's been. Bowman did a great job that lap. Answering the call, moved up at 1 and 2, Kevin.
And a lot of times when you move up like that, you've been running somewhere else on the racetrack. You take the risk of losing a big chunk of time, but he definitely lost a little bit on this lap.
Yeah, Bowman trying to run as close as he can to the wall, but not as close as Larson. And Larson's even closer this lap. I'm really nervous if a caution will come out, though. Larson's in the fence again. Yep, Bowman just hit the wall. Bowman in it too much, and Larson's going to close. Larson to the lead. How close could you get to the wall? And Bowman got too close to the wall and hit the wall. And Larson, the experienced dirt racer, who has won many races around the world and is considered one of the best racers in stock car racing today, has taken the lead from Alex Bowman. And the closing laps. I don't think there was anything Bowman could do, though. Larson's really good at running here. But the race is not over. Bowman has not left yet. And Keselowski is a lapped car that they have to pass. Larson's mad that he didn't win yesterday. So he's racing in rage today. But he's got to hold off a fast-charging Alex Bowman, his teammate. And are these drivers going to make contact trying to get the win here? Four laps to go now. Bowman still in striking distance. If Larson makes a mistake, Bowman's there to pounce. Bowman into the fence trying to chase Larson down. All it took was one mistake for Alex Bowman, and he is trailing Larson. Was in the lead a few laps ago. Now we only got 3 to go. Only a caution can change the complexity of this race.
It just takes one mistake. Keep yourself close if you're Alex Bowman.
I think the 5 got the fence again, isn't it?
I don't think he cares at this point. I think it's different when he hits the fence. A lot of times he might keep the front just hitting the fence, and it doesn't grab the front. You saw it when Alex hit the fence. It just sucked the whole power. Kyle, that's a great way of being able to bounce that right rear.
Yeah, Larson's got the lead.
Keep that front from grabbing.
A mile and a half to go. Out of turn 4. Larson as close to the wall as he possibly can. He's now got the biggest gap today on Bowman. He gets the white flag. 1 lap to go. The race will be official. No matter if it's the yellow or the checkered flag. Larson's just got to coast around to make sure he gets his first win of the season. Kyle Larson, known as Young Money, in his 30s, but still racing like he's in his 20s. Coming out of turn 4, Kyle Larson's going to get his first career win this year. Well, not first career win, but first win. But yes, Larson gets his win at Homestead. Won here in 22, and he's won here for the second time in 25.
Tyler Reddick and him to dominate this race. Neither one of those things happened. It was Ryan Blaney most of the day, but when the money was on the line at the end of the race, Kyle Larson's going to be in victory lane.
Great run by Bubba Wallace as well. Was solid all weekend long. AJ Allmendinger in 7th, and then Busher as well.
Yeah, Briscoe right there in 4th as well. They needed a solid day like that to get the ship back righted, but
Allmendinger is going to take sole possession of the best average finish at Homestead list.
So Larson gets the win here. Bowman came oh so close, but Larson finally got his first win of the season. He could have swept the weekend if he would have got that win in Xfinity yesterday. But hey, he got a cup win here, so it's good for him. I was right on my prediction.
Four caution flags slowed the race. 9 different leaders, 27 lead changes. As we remain close to the record, 6 races into the season.
didn't get it sweet, but a good weekend. Truck Series win. Xfinity come up a little short in the heartbreaker. Took care of business today.
And by the way, at Bristol, Kyle Larson's winning all 3 races again.
Wow, that was a good race at the end. It just came down to who would make the least mistakes, and Larson made the least mistakes. Bowman's going to be kicking himself for that finish.
Well, it's going to go to the great race. Started on the pole. Was competitive all day. That's what's for Wallace with the second most laps today, 56 of them.
All right. That was a good race. I'm glad to see the second half of it. Larson got the win. Next week's at Martinsville. We'll see what happens there. See you guys later.